This is Master Max 88, and welcome back to In Heat. For those who doesn't know, the game had a brand new update, which I covered in one of my previous live streams. If you haven't seen that whole stream, you can take a look at it by clicking the video link down in the video description. I took a look at the store, the new gallery, and some of the extras. And for the most part, the main game remains the same. It's just that some new, incredibly amazing things were added in this update, such as the dating mode, which you're seeing right there on your screen, and that's what this video is going to be focused about. I wanted to make a separate video specifically all about the dating mode that was added in the brand new update, so here we are. I don't think all the characters have been added to this mode, so we only have a few to choose from. Mainly, as you can see here, we have Sammy, Poppy, and Niall, so those are the main three we can interact with, and we have a special intro, so let's just go right ahead and take a look at this new mode in Heat. I have no idea what to expect here. It just seems like it's gonna be very interesting and worthy of a video, so I had to do it. But let's jump right into it here. In this job, it's not unusual for the higher-ups to send you to 1 or 2 different facilities in a day. Staff are expected to be flexible. It is, however, unusual to be requested to attend a meeting with Prinny at the old Diamond Straits Executive Building, so kinda seems like a visual novel, which is interesting because In Heat also had another visual novel called In Heat Honeymoon. You may have heard about it. I even did one video about In Heat Honeymoon, so seems like it's gonna be fairly similar to that. I've been in the security office. I've been at the Lucky 69, but this is the first time I even get to come close to this place. I don't know much about it, but I do know that only some of the highest paying clients get access. Makes me feel all special. Guess I'm moving up in the world. As much as I want to take a moment to pat myself on the back, I have an appointment to keep. I have to rush out of my room to get to the tram. First impressions are important, and I'd hate for mine to be late. I'm ushered to the elevator on arrival and righted up what feels like endless floors before finally arriving at the reception. Okay, and here's Prinny. I find Prinny sitting at her desk, fiddling with the fancy stylus pen she carries with her wherever she goes, and staring intently at the tablet in her hands. And Prinny is a character you may not be too familiar with. We don't see her all that much within the main game, but she was also a big part of the other visual novel I was talking about, In Heat Honeymoon, so it makes sense we'd see her here as well. She only looks up from the screen when the elevator doors close behind me. Her expression remains blank, almost disinterested, for a few moments, and then her customer service experience kicks in. You gotta be professional here, Prinny.
Well, how do you do, sir?
And we got some voice acting, thank God. It's gonna make my life a little easier here, so I very much appreciate that. That is not something we had in the other visual novels, so good of Monster Bucks to have some voice acting here. Very nice. Seems like she knows what I'm here for. That's good, because I have no idea. Wait, hold up. I spoke too soon. I think I may have jinxed it. Suddenly the voice acting is completely gone. It was like just one line and that's it. Come on, man. Seriously? Got my hopes up here. Just a bit. Got my hopes up. Word around town is you got yourself a ticket. A what? Her smile widens. It would appear I went from amusing to cute.
Let me explain for you.
Okay. We do have more than just one line. Here in Diamond Straits, we've got a little dating service. I'll run that. For the employees? For the girls, dummy. It's how the corporation shows their appreciation for the hard work those gals put in. But What does this have to do with me? Do I have to, like, supervise them while they're on dates? What do I do? I can see you're suppressing a laugh. I appreciate the attempt.
You're lucky you're cute, hun.
Couldn't finish the whole thing. I mean, I appreciate that there is some voice acting. It's not fully voice acted, but, you know, there is some. So, I can most certainly appreciate that. I would imagine, you know, it would probably get expensive to get the voice actors to do all of it. I feel like there's probably too much of a cost when it comes to that. That's my best guess. Then why am I here? Because you're up to bat, sweetheart. The girls are showing interest, so I gotta make sure you're in the know. Okay. Hence why we have this intro. Yeah, I'm still a little confused, and she thankfully notices. So, there's these tickets, right? When a girl is given a ticket, they pick a fella. And they get a little quality time with them. It's a way to distress. Make sense? And I got one? From Sammy herself. You're a lucky one. She's always a hot commodity. I don't know about that. You know, I should run a poll on my YouTube channel to see which one is more popular. Is it Sammy? Is it Poppy? Is it Niles? Is it, oh, I'm forgetting the name of the wolf. Or is it that trash panda? The one that keeps, screwing things up. Downstairs, we got ourselves one of them there, gacha ball machines. You can use the chips in those, and it'll spit out all sorts of stuff. She's referring to the store that was added in this brand new update. So you do need to pick up on some items in there for this dating mode, seems like. Stuff that could make a fella like you all the more attractive to the girl of your dreams. Of course. Hell, there might be even something in there that Misty would want, and she's fussy as they come. Wait, so I have to gamble for what I want? I can't just buy gifts outright? A spark of mischief gleams in her eyes.
Love is a gamble, ain't it?
True. True. She's got me there. It's just a shame I've never been particularly lucky. Yeah. Well, you got everything you need out of me.
Just come over anytime.
Okay. Don't be discouraged if you don't get a whole lot of dates right away. The girls are busy doing their own thing most of the time. Still, they can surprise you. You never know when you're gonna get your time to shine. Pretty much means that you won't get to talk to all of them right away. As I was saying at the very beginning, we only have 3 of them, but more are being added with each new update.
Got someone in mind?
Can I pick? Oh, I sure can. I sure can. There we go. There we go. Now I got carte blanche to pick whoever I want, with the exception, of course, of Misty, Maddie, Ari, and Cass. I don't think those characters are part of it yet, but we still have 3 very popular characters here. Sammy, Niall, and Poppy are right at the top. But for the purpose of this introduction video, I'm gonna go with Sammy. But in the next video, which should be following this one very shortly, I'm gonna be entirely focused on Poppy. Okay, which is, of course, my go-to option. Poppy is why I'm playing this game in the first place. I'm being honest with you. I'm giving it to you straight. I'm here for Poppy. But, like I said, we'll start things off with Sammy to get a good idea of how this thing works, right? I've been sent a date invite ticket by Sammy. I must be getting pretty important if the mascot of the company herself is showing an interest. Wait, is that what time? Not sure. Also, we got a map, GIF. I suppose we just need to start the date and then that's gonna unlock? We'll see, we'll see. So here we are. I never knew how fast life could change until I got this job. It's been no time at all, and it already feels like I'm starting to make a name for myself. My supervisor seems to like me. I'm seeing good results, and to top it off, Sammy, the Sammy, wants to take me out on a date. It feels like a dream, but one quick glance at my blaring alarm clock confirms that I am, in fact, awake. The clock reads 7:30 AM. I was meant to be up half an hour ago. Jeez, that's brutal. That's brutal. Just having to wake up at 7:30 is brutal enough, but 6:30, jeez. I roll out of bed, shower, shave, and brush my teeth. By the time I'm dressed and tying my shoes, it's approaching 7:50 a.m. If I want to make the next tram, I have to hurry. I'd hate to leave the face of this island waiting. I make my way towards the station, mind racing with possibilities of what the date may hold, when suddenly, I'm taken aback by the atmosphere of the island. Looks absolutely gorgeous. This island is breathtaking. And that's one of the things I appreciate about the visual novel here within the game in Heat. Everything is 3D, everything is animated, whereas in Heat Honeymoon, it's just 2D art, which is pretty nice by itself, right? But this seems a bit more detailed, and I like it. And the little bit of voice acting we have is also a very neat touch. The air of the straits hit just right. The cool wind coming off the water taking the edge away from the warm kiss of the tropical sun. I guess we're really poetic today. I reach into my pocket and retrieve the golden ticket from my wallet, just to confirm it's really there. The metallic gold shine of the foil wrap paper catches the light as I turn it in my hands. There, smack dab in the center of the ticket, is Sammy's smiling face. She really is a star, huh? My heart starts racing again. That gorgeous face is waiting for me. As I approach the station, I hear the familiar chime marking the tram's arrival. Looks like we're in for a little surprise. We have a special guest showing up here. Out of breath, I flop down onto the first available seat on the tram, which is luckily not too far due to the tram being pretty much empty. VIP guests and staff alike take the tram throughout the day, but rarely at this time. No VIP wakes up early. They're on vacation after all. I've barely got my breath when I notice I'm not alone. Sitting across from me is a small monster girl, a shark to be precise. I'm pretty sure her name is Misty, but we've never been formally introduced. Is that so? That's pretty strange. She's the DJ at the club, and from what I've heard, quite the talent. Although all I can hear right now is the sound of her sharp claw tapping at what happens to be Niall's phone. I'm not sure where she got it, or whether she should have it, but the only times I've seen Misty before now, she's been half asleep and biting at my shins. So if the phone is keeping her occupied, then that's preferable.
Hey!
Good lord. I think about trying to ignore her when she calls out to me. Maybe if I keep my head down and mind my own business, I won't get into any trouble.
Hey,
Yeah. I could just pretend that she's talking to someone else.
there's no one else in the tram, asshole.
Alright, well, so much for that. Well then, seems like we do have the password. Misty had a certain reward in mind for us giving her the password. Now, all of that will be, of course, cut off on YouTube, but if you want to see it, as always, you can see it through my Patreon page. Otherwise, we're just gonna carry on here. Give her the password. It's 1. No 2s, just 1. 1. Now another 1. Yeah, 2 1s, that's what I said. No. It's another one after that, so it's 1.
Are you fucking with me?
I'm being dead serious. Just, please. Bear with me here. What do you got so far? 1, that's right. And then it's 1. Only 1? Only 1, that's the password. It's 4 digits. It can't be only 1. That's the password, Misty. It's 1. And she didn't believe me. I told you. She looks up from the phone and straight back at me.
That was it?
That was, yes. It is. Believe it or not. She lowers the phone to her side, seemingly bored of it now that the mystery is solved. Then I catch her eye, and the mischievous smirk returns to her lips. God dang it, Misty. What is it this time? I swear to God, I don't want to do anything with that shark, man.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm leaving. I'm leaving this place. The chime sounds as we pull into my station. I realize quickly that I'm on less steady feet than I anticipated as I rise from my seat and make my way to the door. Misty grumbles, but doesn't seem interested in stopping me. Yeah, well, I didn't need you myself, so...
Get you around, security guy!
Look, I'm not a big fan of Misty. I really am not, so I'm sorry. Oh, well, that was weird. I don't know, something just came up on the screen there, I don't know if you noticed that. As I disembark, I find myself walking down a long, winding path. I didn't even know the island had a trail like this. Usually, it wouldn't be a problem, but I really underestimated how tired I would be. I'm not sure how I thought I could get away working until 6 AM and coming out on a date straight after. I then remember what Sammy looks like. That'll do it. And seems like something's on fire there. You might want to hurry up. Oh. I think it's just a campfire. It's fine. Never mind. I think it's all good. I just thought the forest was on fire there. I couldn't really make out that, you know, there was a whole area behind the trees. I just thought the trees itself was like on fire. Okay. My bad. My bad. She towers over me, fangs gleaming behind those plump, inviting lips. She's intimidating, but at the same time, she commands an enveloping warmth that draws me in. It's the spark in her eyes, maybe. Or perhaps it's just that curvaceous, incredible body. Also, Sammy, I didn't think this dating mode thing would be as long as it's turning out to be, so hopefully it's not going to be much longer, because I'm going to have to cut off this video. You know it's polite to greet a lady before you start checking her out. Yeah, mind your manners, main character. What are you doing? Mind your manners. He's flipping out like puppies in front of him.
Do I?
Also, hey, voice acting. Love it. I love it when we actually get it. It's nice to be here with you on the date, Sammy. Hello, Sammy. It's good to finally meet you formally. She laughs and leans towards me just slightly, enough that it makes me instinctively back away. The whole point was accepting your invitation, Sammy, so this shouldn't come as a surprise. She takes me by the hand and leads me over to a fire pit, so I can take a closer look at the source of the flames. Thank you, Sammy. It's very reassuring to see that it's under control. My mind immediately leaps to, come on. Come on. I don't approve of the main character's thoughts or behavior. It's very unprofessional. The wind is blowing softly through the trees. The sun's gentle heat truly is beautiful weather. Perfect day. Sammy's so close, I could reach out and don't do that. Jesus, they barely even said anything. Yeah, that's my point exactly. Even the game's like, yeah, he hasn't said anything.
You okay, hun?
Totes. Totes. Totally. Again, it's like puppies in front of him. This is... I don't know if this is really appropriate. Did you just say toad? Totally tubular. That is definitely something I would say personally. Tubular. It's radical, dude. Totally tubular. I mean, I'm not gonna read that. Sammy laughs and shifts closer to me. Her knees bumps against mine, and I'm forced to look up to meet her gaze. You're weird, you know that. I am fairly weird. That's a fair assessment. Absolutely fair to say that. I'm sorry. She laughs again. Who said I was complaining? Yeah, you know, my argument is, we're all kind of weird in our own ways, you know what I mean? A sudden warmth brushes against my arm, and my eyes snap to it. Her tail flicked against me. I meet her gaze again as my eyes travel back up. Is she closer? Or am I only now really noticing how she towers over me at this angle? She's a tall tiger. Huge tiger.
So, back to business.
I believe so. I believe that's the whole point of this brand new game mode here. Yep. We never get fresh meat. Jesus, that's an interesting way to put it. Right, I bet you will. Yeah, that's the thing about Sammy. I feel like some people might be a fan of her. In huge part, thanks to the voice acting. You know, I feel a lot of people love her design, but also her voice. They're both on point, both very well executed, and I really need to host a poll to determine which character is the fan favorite in this game. I feel like Poppy would probably get an advantage, but then again, I could be surprised. So it would be an interesting poll to do. I should just go for it. I should take her in my arms and show her that I'm a man, not a simpering idiot. Or am I looking at it wrong? Is she just waiting for me to submit? No, you gotta be a man. Come on. How can I handle that much woman? She's probably used to demanding eager men that know exactly what they're getting into. Jesus Christ. He's definitely out of his depth. And looks like Sammy's trying to say something, but it's not getting to him. He's not paying attention at all. This date is going horribly wrong. Like, for all intents and purposes, this is going off the rail. This guy's screwing things up. I take it back. I really underestimated how long this would take. I can't believe I'm still going at it, and it's getting close to 1 hour of me recording this. Aren't you tired? I'm getting a little tired right now.
You're sweet.
You just worry about getting some rest. Well, Sammy, that is a really nice side of Sammy, I have to say. Her comforting the main character like this, letting him rest. That's very sweet of her. But when do you get to? You've been up just as long as I have. Earlier even, since you got here first. Don't you need to sleep? For a moment, her smile falters. But just as quickly as it was gone, it comes back with a vengeance. I don't need as much sleep as you humans do. Don't worry about me. I can tell she's lying, but more than that, I can tell she doesn't want to stay on the subject. There's a lot of lore here. At some point, we'll need to get to the bottom of this. Silence lingers between us for a moment, but I can't let it go. Are you okay with everything you have to do? I find my mind drifting to what I watch in those cameras, to the countless men that demand Sammy's attention, which she answers so diligently, without complaint. It's a lot, isn't it? And some of those guys aren't great.
It's work.
Again, Sammy seems to be incredibly generous, right? She doesn't really complain, she just does her job, and like she says right here, she likes giving people what they want. Her fingers move through my hair again, and I feel another day's worth of strain melting away. A thought grips me, and I can't escape it. Is this work? Sammy pauses, her hand freezes against my head. After another moment, she seems to find her footing again.
If it is, does that mean we can't enjoy it?
Absolutely not. She has me there, and she knows it. Her hand resumes its steady path through my hair, and I find myself fighting to keep my eyes open. What do you like to do when you're not working? She takes a moment to think, quietly humming with each stroke of her fingertips. The moment takes longer than I expected, but if this is the treatment I get while she thinks of a sweet little lie, then I'm content. I like to go back to my room, draw a hot bath, and just soak until I feel the world drift away. A lot of people do that. It's a great way to relax. I think we all have our ways to just wind down after a busy work day, or a busy day at college. I don't know why, but something about the answer tickles me enough to pull a laugh out of me. Why is that? Why is that? Yeah, this is a perfectly valid answer. I don't know what's going on through the main character's head, once again. What's so funny? I don't know. Beats me as well. Nothing, just... It must take a long time to apply all that shampoo. That's what he's thinking about? Honestly, that was kind of a stupid thing to say.
You have no idea.
She's taking it really well. You know, I gotta give it to Sammy. She's very accepting of the main character having no social etiquette, or actually just being woefully inept socially. It's it's really bad, okay? It's pretty effing bad. I don't think Poppy is gonna be as forgiving. I feel Poppy is gonna be a bit more, I don't know, offended by how bad he is. My eyelids feel heavier by the second. I can hear Sammy's gentle breathing and what sounds like a soft purr as she exhales. I guess we're just gonna fall asleep here. You know, this really isn't how I expected the date to go. I expected the big, boisterous showman Sammy. I didn't know you could be like this. You don't need a big show, just a nice soft lap to lay your head on. Yes. Amen to that. That's true. It's a very good point. Yeah, certainly would like to help Sammy in return. She definitely deserves it.
I'll hold you to it.
Good. I'll be back at full strength in just a couple more minutes. Then we can go on a real date. He's gonna fall asleep. He's gonna fall into some sort of coma. Tell you what. I'd like to talk a little more. Proceeds to just fall asleep. How about, do you have any stories about a weird client?
Oh, well, there was this one guy.
How dare does he bring Poppy into this? Poppy is like the most innocent of them all. Like, Poppy is just very wholesome and like incredibly thoughtful and kind and shouldn't be brought into any of this. Whoever that client is, I hope he's blacklisted. You know, you gotta be gentle with Poppy. Alright. And just like that, it seems the main character did, in fact, fall asleep. When I wake up, she's already gone. I open my eyes and find stars above me. The sun having long since finished its shift, I sit up and look around. But there's no sign of the Diamond Straits mascot. And you know what? I'm probably gonna go ahead and end this video here. Like I said, this is taking much longer than I anticipated, so surprisingly, the date with Sammy will have to be split into two parts. There's the first part, which is what you're watching right now, and I'm gonna have a follow-up of the second part with the rest of the dates. I was hoping to have like just one video dedicated to all the characters, but to be fair, not only did we have the date with Sammy, but we also had the introduction here. So a lot went on this first video. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just stop it here, but be sure to stay tuned for the second part of the date with Sammy, and also we're gonna go ahead and go on a date with Poppy and Niall after that. Be sure to support Monster Bucks if you want to get the game yourself. It is available on Steam and itch.io. Naturally, you have to be 18 plus to get this game. You can also take a look at the Great Legion's Discord server to interact with the community and talk about all kinds of things, and support me on Patreon to see the video before it's uploaded to YouTube and to see it uncensored. That means you're gonna get some sort of scene with Misty in this case. So, all kinds of good stuff, and I always greatly appreciate the support, but for now, I'm gonna stop it here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll try to get the second part out as quickly as possible, alright? I'll try not to make you wait too long for it, so I'll try to be very quick with that one, and I hope to see you there. So, until the next video, as always, take it away!